Right, Jamie, we are still waiting for confirmation of the extent of Gabriel's injury, but several newspapers reporting it's going to be between 1 and 2 months. I mean, either way, that's going to rule him out of the game on Sunday.
the weekend, yeah.
How big a blow is that for Arsenal, and how much of a boost is it for Tottenham?
Oh, it's a massive blow for Arsenal. I mean, you've just basically shown Arsenal all their goals this season. You know, set-piece FC, isn't it? So to lose Gabriel is a massive loss for them. They're in... look, he's been incredible. He can't get away from it. They've been the stalwarts of the Premier League so far, but we'll see what they're like without him. You know, look, there's a lot of injuries going around. Spurs have got injuries. We know that. That's a big injury for Arsenal. I think they've got injuries up front as well. I think they're going... I mean, Luke will probably tell me more, but I think they've got some struggling players up front as well who are not 100% fit. So, look, we'll see. Our away form going into the game is brilliant. Our home form's terrible, but... You know, that's a bad stat that we haven't won there in 15 years. Well,
Luke Henry, or Luke Henry, as we call you on this show, how worried are you about this Gabriel news? And the game in general, are you feeling more confident or worried about that too?
It's North London derby. You're always confident, especially at home. But with the Gabriel injury, it's a concern. But my concern is more about the individual rather than the team. Because if he's come back from a hamstring injury, that was quite a serious one at the back end of last season. Now it's a thigh injury this time. So I am a little bit concerned. But you know what? We've built a squad, so there's minimal excuses really. We've got, you know, Pierre Nketiah couldn't step in. Christian Mosquera has been really good since he signed from Valencia, and also Ricardo Calafiori is actually a left centre back. So we have got options.
Is Benjamin White fit? Because he was a centre back.
He was
until a couple of
seasons ago. He's still away off 100% in my opinion, and he's giving Jurriën Timber a lot of competition, who actually went off but carried on the game in midweek as well. So listen, it's a North London derby. It's a big game. It means a lot. But the Gabriel injury is a blow, but we have the significant squad depth to counter that. The main worry, as Jamie picked up, is that, you know, Arsenal fans have been frantically looking on social media for, you know, updates about the attackers. Don't think we're going to get many back before Sunday. I mean, Noni Madueke potentially could be there, and Gabriel Martinelli, but Kai Havertz has apparently had a setback. Victor Gyökeres is still a doubt. We're not too sure on Martin Odegaard. So that's a bit of a worry instead of the Christmas period. But
he's getting excuses in, isn't he, Tom?
No.
He's getting them in.
I was asked
Get them in early, Luke.
I know what. We had this conversation.
They've got Michael Oliver still to come. We've got to talk about that. The referee of all refs for Arsenal. They'll be making that excuse. We're going to blame the ball. Something's going to, you know, red cards. Something will happen where they'll have an excuse if they get beat.
3 points, maybe. That might be
you can remember all this. Don't worry, remember all this when you speak to him after the game on Sunday. But Daniel Nanaklubi is a Tottenham fan, so you're getting ganged up on here, I'm afraid, Luke. I'll try to protect you as much as I can. But Daniel, how are you feeling going into the North London derby?
A bit apprehensive, let's be honest. I mean, when we look at the record, generally speaking, Arsenal tops us, especially at their ground. It's been haunting us for years. I think the last time of any significance, remember Harry Kane always popping up with goals. Eric Dyer even having that moment shushing the fans too, but they've always trumped us. And especially going into Sunday, we've got quite a few significant injuries ourselves. No Dom Solanke. We're relying on Brennan Johnson to pick up on the goals. Could he make the comeback, possibly? And then, obviously, we've got a back line, which I'm very confident with. We are looking very solid at the back, but can we deliver the goals?
Is Romero fit?
I think Romero is fit.
Is he going to be back?
We'll definitely be starting.
Well, you love him.
I love Romero.
You love him in Van der Ven, don't you? Aston, as a Manchester City fan, I guess you are a Tottenham fan on Sunday.
Yeah, we want Spurs to win that one. That would suit City massively. I don't think we'll be getting lucky. I think that Arsenal will be the team that win. I don't see Spurs beating Arsenal. I mean, Spurs have got a great record against City, haven't they, actually? They seem to always do well the Etihad. So that's a bit of a worry for City's point of view. But no, I think Arsenal will win that one. I will be supporting Spurs. I mean, I'll be right behind them. Usually I don't say that. I don't like Spurs winning either, just because they always seem to get the better of City, which I don't like. But no, Arsenal win that one.
Our away form's good, though, Tom. That's the big thing. Like, this season, we've been poor at home, and that's been the highlight of our season that everyone's talking about. Thomas Frank at home, as he got the minerals to play the freestyle attacking football. But away from home, we are good. We're solid, we're compact, set pieces, everyone going on about this year. You know, that could be the one where... Look, do I believe we can go and win the game? No, I don't believe we can go and win the game. But if we can stop Arsenal...
Well, not with that attitude.
Well, yeah, no, but listen, we've got to be realistic as well. We have got a lot of injuries. If we can go there and play well, great. If we can take a point off Arsenal, I think that's almost like a win for us.
But I'll ask a couple of neutrals, Katie Moody and Stephen Dorton. Katie, I know you're a Bournemouth fan, but this is a game that every football fan will be looking forward to. How do you see it? Do you see it as Arsenal as mega favourites, or do you just think, well, it's a derby?
I think it's a derby, obviously, as we know. I think with Arsenal, obviously the injuries are a worry to both sides. I think we've seen that Tottenham have had quite a few injuries, but again with Arsenal they've been without their front line for a while, or their preferred front line, shall we say. So I don't know. I think it's going to be quite a close game. I think Thomas Frank is starting to settle into a bit more of a rhythm with the Spurs side. So I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting one from a neutral's perspective. Obviously, for us, we'll be keeping an eye on the table, because again, if we get 3 points over West Ham over the weekend, and that puts us straight back up into sort of European places and so on and so forth. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one going into the weekend.
Semenyo would be watching this one closely, wouldn't he?
We're going to be talking about Semenyo actually very, very soon. So we're going to hear a lot from Katie actually in this show about one of her star players. And Stephen, we've got our own derby to worry about coming up, of course, haven't we? But the North London derby is still a great one for the neutral. Can you give any chances to Tottenham here?
Absolutely. I don't know what you're worried about, Jamie. They're not that hard to score against, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I don't really think Gabriel's injured. I think he's still getting off the floor where Brobby threw him the other week. So, honestly, pretty straightforward. Move your hoardings in, stop the throws. Rice can't even make the 18-yard box.
It was the wind, Stephen. Regis Laprice said it was the wind.
Well, it's a bit windy these days. You never know. But also, they had 2 corners. You're right. Set-piece merchants. Yeah. If you get into them, they can't really do anything. And I think we showed you what to do. You've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I mean, they've shown the way, Sunderland, haven't they?
Well, exactly right. Reminder, you can see the North London derby. It is live on Sky Sports Premier League from 4 p.m. on Super Sunday. We are delighted that the Premier League is back. Right, we're going to be doing a series of flash polls with our guest fans this morning to gauge the opinion on some of our talking points. Let's start with a big one. Will Arsenal win the Premier League? You've all got a board that says yes or no. Don't hold it up just yet. After the break, you've got a bit of time to think about it, and after the break, you can say yes or no. Right, before the break, we asked our guest fans to have a think about this question. Nice and easy. Will Arsenal win the Premier League this season? Right, you've all got your cards. Is it a yes or a no?
Of course, there's only one.
That is surely... Right, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What went on in the break?
No. Got nothing to do with this, Tom.
Right.
Got nothing to do with this.
I've got a feeling that might be a hijacked poll, OK? But Aston, I will ask you about it, though. Is that because you think that your club, Man City, are going to win it?
I think everyone thinks City are going to win it, really, don't they? By the judging by the poll, I think everyone thinks that City will be the side to win it, just because of the past. I think I was not so sure at the start of the season, and the way Liverpool and Arsenal started, I thought maybe City are in it this year. But looking at how Liverpool have gone recently, and then Arsenal, we know what happens to Arsenal when it gets tough. Arsenal seem to always fall away, don't they? So I think it's going to be the same again this season. It seems a little bit inevitable it's going to happen.
Abigail, do you really believe that?
Liverpool.
I don't believe they'll win it. I just think they're bottlers. I think at the end of the day, they're not going to win it. I don't care how far they get into the season. They're not going to win it. I don't know if it's just like being a Liverpool fan and having the trauma of City chasing us and, us not winning it when we've been top of Christmas and stuff like that. I think you've always got Man City in the back of your mind. I just think City will win it. I think Liverpool have got more of a chance than them.
You were taking deep breaths there, Luke, and then suddenly when Abigail said that...
That's not what I was saying.
That's what we were saying 5 minutes ago. I still think Liverpool are in it. No, I think it's our time, and I think you've got to go back to the 28th of September when I got told by pretty much everyone that it was done. Liverpool had won the league. They were going to go to Crystal Palace. We were going to lose at St James's Park. The gap was going to be 8 points, and it was not going to happen. And we're now in a position where we're 4 points clear of Manchester City, 8 clear of Liverpool, which probably shows the beauty of the Premier League and how quickly football can change. But also, and Arsenal fans, believe it or not, we haven't made this narrative that the job's done or we're going to win it. We're taking it one game at a time. You can never be too high. You can never get too low.
What are you on about? You've been sat in the crowd with your papers out.
Yeah,
you're Cringe FC.
There you go.
Come on, you can't get away from it.
So you use 2 or 3 fans to make a generalisation.
Well, you're all in it together.
We're all in it
we know Arsenal fans, this is what you do.
Well, we all believe that we can win the Premier League.
Believe the hype.
Why not?
But you haven't gone and done it yet.
And no one's saying we're going to do it. But we have to believe. But we're not allowed to support our team. I think.
No, support them. But
this narrative that Arsenal fans think we're going to win the league doesn't. We know what we're going. We know how incredible Liverpool are. We know how incredible City are. You know, Pep Guardiola's 1,000 games as a manager. We know what we're up against. But I think it's a different City. I think this Arsenal side is different. I think we can use the experience that we had in the last 3 seasons. We're quite mature, and also with the injuries, we've got the squad now that I think can actually challenge and go to the very end.
Yeah.
But it's the beauty of football. Like, there's 9 points between West Ham at the moment in the bottom half and the relegation zone, and Sunderland in the top 4. So football can change so quickly. But the fact that we're 4 points clear of Manchester City right now after 11 games, after the tough start we've had, I think it's our time.
Yeah, last week's Arsenal fan also predicted that you'd win the league as well, so a bit of confidence growing there. But Nina, no one's mentioned Chelsea there.
Hey, I'm just happy to be here and sit silently and watch these guys. But to be fair with Chelsea, I think we are in competition with ourselves, I think mostly first and foremost, because we're so inconsistent and we're yet to go on a bit of a run. I think we've had some good results. It's been great, but then we've almost come crashing down with the next game and it's kind of back at square one. So I would love to go on a bit of a run like sort of Arsenal did last month. We've seen Liverpool come off the back of a really strong season. City have done it multiple times in Premier League winning seasons. So I think for Chelsea we just need a bit of momentum, and I'm hoping we can get that. Tough games. I think Burnley at the weekend scares me more than Arsenal and Barcelona coming up, which just sums it all up for you. But I think, you know, we need to get some consistency going. But I think we could be in the mix. We could make it difficult for these guys. But I'm just happy to, push these guys and make it as difficult as possible. But
Nina, when does it get to the point where Chelsea can't keep saying that you're not ready to win the Premier League yet because it's a young squad? Because you spent £1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And every time I speak to a Chelsea fan, they go, not yet, not quite yet. When you're like, well, when?
Well, I think if you look at last season and how tough we made of finishing in the top 4 and how inconsistent we are there, it's normal to come into this season and expect us to be a lot more convincing and be in the mix with these guys. But I certainly think, like I mentioned earlier, we need a bit of consistency. I think our defence is definitely a big weakness, and you don't really win a Premier League title with the defence we have. We've changed centre-back partnerships in about 11 games. There's been different centre-back pairings. That doesn't help. So I think certainly if you're looking at winning a Premier League, that needs to be addressed, and we've obviously got January to do that. Maresca's made it pretty clear he wants a centre-back. And I mean, we've got promise, but the fact that Josh Achimpong is the youngest, most promising player, but you just need to give a bit of time and a bit of stability for that to happen.
I like it.
Well, talking